Gucci Mane and Keyshia Ka'Oir. He Who Finds a Wife, EP3.
While Gucci served his prison sentence, Keyshia supported him loud, proud, and in charge. Okay, that's basically what she was. She was his mouthpiece for the outside. She was pivotal in maintaining his public image and keeping his name known by the public. Gucci admitted to putting Keyshia through hell while he was locked up. In 2014, before heading to jail, Gucci entrusted Keyshia with all the money he had left, which was $2 million. And Keyshia took that $2 million and turned it into $6 million by the time Gucci got out. This truly sealed their bond. Keyshia stated, Gucci has always meant a lot to me. A lot of time I felt misunderstood. This is in reference to him saying that he had gave her hell. I know that I'm one of the few people that really understood him. See, a lot of time that happens, like there's a lot of times that women go through and you meet different guys and you try to understand him. Let me tell you something. Baby, that's not your job. That's his mama's job to understand him. When he is raised, that's not your job. Your job is to understand you and to continue to make your life productive. She was understanding her man because he had put $2 million in her hand and he had already told her that he sought her out. So she had all the foundations and security to try to understand him. She was not in the wrong in any way. She probably was trying to figure out what he wanted, to be truthful or honest, because based upon what she said, she was doing her thing. And then here he come. Here he come, child. He want me to flip this money for him. Y'all, men don't even understand how women think. We got brains. We think all the time, honey. Okay, all the time. At least I do. Okay. All right. So, according to Keyshia stated, I was his biggest supporter, and no matter what, I was going to be there for him. Why would I turn my back on him now? See, I told y'all. She was trying to figure out, but she knew he needed her, This is Keyshia. Him being locked up over the years was hard at times, especially around birthdays and Valentine's Day and Christmas. She spent them holidays by herself. Those days were a bit down. I was going through more than but I knew he was going through more than I was, so I had to be strong for him in the end. At the end of the day, we're human. So she understood her man. She understood that, he needed a friend, and he was really lucky to find her. Really lucky that let me say it like this. He was really lucky that the eye candy that he wanted came with the heart that he needed. But see, that's what happens when you entrust God in your life. He guides you across the right paths. So we're going to get to the bottom of this thing called life together. I'll do the research and y'all tune into my videos, okay? So far we've pretty much figured out that they found each other and she came along when he needed her. Whatever business I was doing, I involved him. I told him my plans and what was going on with him. We spoke at least 5 to 6 times a day. We emailed every day and we had a schedule together. He would get up. We would get up. We weren't seeing each other, but we knew what was going on with each other. I felt like I did the time with him. We work out, let's say from 8 to 10 a.m. Y'all see how they transformed each other? You see, they both, this is the man she met, but that's not the man she married. She met him in his dark times. She was the light that he needed. He didn't even know it. Let's continue. This is the man she met on the left. This the man she said I do to on the right. You have got to change. You can't stay the same. Life changes. People age. That's why you got to change your eating. You got to eat right. He dropped years getting with this woman. Okay? So anyway, Whenever we would talk, I ask him what he ate for the day, for lunch. When he cheated, I remind him we were working out for health, and we working out for health, and you wasted 3 years I work out for some food. That's funny because I'm a very big health person. I eat right. I eat right, very right. This is her telling him that we are focused. We're sober minded. We want to be focused minded. Your fans and your brand mean everything to him, to you. So she reminded him of what was important, because I'm pretty sure at that time he was going through a lot of regret and things, But anyway, he no longer wanted to have the gold in his mouth, and I didn't want him to either. She wasn't even attracted to it. He came home and we took them out. We knew he was coming home months before, but they kept it a secret. The couple went low key to keep Gucci's release from the public. They didn't even want his lawyer and them to know. So during that time, Keyshia went and she changed her hairstyle. She used to wear the mohawk look. She changed her hairstyle to long extensions and bought him a black suit. She said he was super skinny at that time, so he looked different. Gucci didn't want security or the public attention at that time. He just wanted to go home and be with his wife. Keyshia rented a car by herself and drove in the woods by herself. This is a woman that's substantial at that time, worth $6 million or more, getting into a car to go get a man out of prison. And people could have been looking at her too. She could have been harmed. That's why he treats her so precious, because she's precious. That's why when you see her and everybody say, that's Miss Davis' wife. See, the title of a wife is completely different than the title of a girlfriend or a boo thing. The title of a wife is when you are looked at, and that means that some man has chosen you to be his queen and his goddess. And that's why she's looked at the way that she is by the public. Because a lot of times when a man puts his eyes on you and says you are his one, you're his wife, that means you have been elevated in the eyes of God as well. Meaning, if that's how he's living his life. Because see, the man's supposed to lead, but if he's leading your ass to hell, I'm sorry. If he leading you down a dark path, baby, you better turn your back, because you got to go towards the light. If he's leading you towards lightness, which is what they both do at each other, that's why they're both looked at the way that they are. So anyway, the couple got through customs, got through the airport, and they went home, and they served time, the house arrest together, okay? So let's get into their proposal. According to Keyshia, his house arrest was another thing that they had fun. We had this big mansion, just the two of us, and I cooked every day. We worked out every day. We did everything we were doing while he was in prison. But this time we were together. It was fun for us to be alone and not want to go anywhere. We didn't care. We enjoyed it so much because it was like two people locked on an island, locked up somewhere on their own, and they haven't seen each other for real in 3 years. We loved every minute of it. These days, I often tell him we have been on a schedule. We didn't just lay in the bed all morning into 12 o'clock. We got up for work in the morning at 9 a.m. We have business calls, we have emails, and we're ready and alert. We work during the day, and at night we eat our dinner. Then we take a shower and we lay down. We have a normal life. Staying in the studio until 6 or 7 in the morning with everybody smoking and drinking. We don't do that stuff because that becomes trouble. This is how we keep everything together. We stay focused. Okay? So Gucci Mane proposed to girlfriend Keyshia Ka'Oir at an Atlanta Hawks basketball game. The internet's heart melted from it, of course. And it reads, "This week an MC saved our lives." That MC was Gucci Mane, who romantically and beautifully proposed to his girlfriend Keyshia Ka'Oir in the most public way he could via the kiss cam at an Atlanta Hawks basketball game. Readers, she'll marry him. She said yes. According to Gucci, Keyshia's ring looks heavier than a basketball. Keyshia has his own nickname, Guwap, plastered over the back of the jersey. And it said, "This is a proposal." So it looks like they said that he saved their lives. See, in our community, a lot of times The misdirection is everywhere. In the last